It is our favorite Lakeview Insurance rep, Scott Schultz, joining us. There's the smile. I've been watching you on the feed there because I know we keep you waiting for a bit, and I'm like, oh, is he in a bad mood? Is he angry? He can't be. It's a perfect football day tomorrow, Schultzy.
I'm contemplating all of the driving I have to do tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday with my kids' sports. I've got volleyball in Yorkton. I've got hockey in Saskatoon, and back and forth. It's going to be a slice.
Jeez. You're doing the triangle. You're doing the provincial triangle there.
Yeah, you know it.
Riders, we were talking about the line earlier, right? And I think a lot of it has to play on 33,000 people, and it's going to be loud in there, and there is a home field advantage. Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about it. But, Mike Thomas was just in. We were talking about the mojo that the Riders have and just how they're playing, how Mace has these guys playing. When you see this game, you see it on paper before it's even played. Like, what do you think happens, and how do you think this goes down tomorrow?
Oh, it's going to be a rowdy. It's a slaughterhouse out there. I mean, their fans are gonna be doing it and moving it, and but that's the pomp and circumstance of the game. What's going to happen on the field is a fist fight. I mean, it's going to be a back alley brawl, and I love it. I love where we're at. I like what our offensive backfield looks like, and I'm excited to see to open the choke and pull the cord and see these guys go.
How do you game plan against Winnipeg and what they do offensively, and Dembski and Oliveira and everybody there?
I'm telling you guys, it's simple, and it's just old school football. You got to shut down the run extensively, so then you make them beat you with the pass, and our defensive backfield. You know what we've got back there. You've got to push you've got to snuff out their abilities and then use our strengths to cap it off. And I think we've got the team right now on the field to do it. I really do. I look at the last couple of weeks, last 3 weeks, and you see the two games with BC and the way that the guys are playing, the cohesion that's there. I'm excited.
So Schultz here, rosters came out today, and I asked Farhan, I like the fact that we added an extra D lineman to this game, because I agree. I think it's going to be one in the trenches. He sort of pushed back and said, well, are you sharing too much time? What's your thought on that? Is it great to have 8 guys that you can put in, or would you rather the Bombers only have 6, right? They've only got 2 extras sitting there.
You know what, though? It's that whole idea of call off the dogs. Let's get them rotating. Let's get them going through there. I don't want anyone out there that is too exhausted. I want them fresh, and I want them coming after that quarterback. And I think that, if you can get to the quarterback consistently, and you look at Mika Johnson, I mean, CFL All-Star, does it all, but he's not a flash like I'm going to get 10, 12, 15 sacks. But what he does do, and you watch this tomorrow, is he pushes the pocket, and he will get the quarterback off the spot. And that's gonna be one of these keys to the game, is getting them off the spot and getting guys to them.
Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like I'm the only one this week that said, like, do you get in Collaris's grill early? Not with anything cheap, but just every time you're near him, make sure you let him know. Is that something that you would maybe look at, Schultz?
100%, and that's why you got extra D linemen. You never know; one of those guys might be given a vacation. You got to be able to reload. And so, you never know. The refs are going to let the boys play, but definitely, I would in a way that you can get there within the rule set. I would get there quick, fast, and in a hurry, and always be in contact with that Collaros.
That's the hockey. That you're going up to Saskatoon for hockey. That's the hockey talk, right. And you're right there. Like it's weird though. And we've been talking about it, like this weather out there. I don't think it benefits either team. Really, I think it is what it is. We're going to see it both, but this doesn't feel like November weather. Even like when you look down to high school and the provincial championships that are going on around the province, like really, it could be cold and a ton of snow right now, but it's not.
I've been in the playoff scene in both high school provincials with myself as a player and as a coach, and as a player out when we played Winnipeg in the Western semifinal. I think it was 2004. 03 or 04, one of those years, it was like minus 20. And so you see this weather and it's golden. For me, as a lineman, it's beautiful. Like, this is the sweet spot for fat guys because you can just go in this weather. You can go, and it's going to be a grind too, right? So if the linemen can keep their wind and get out there, and I'm excited. I really wish I was there for this game.
So one thing that we were talking about earlier this week too is when they take away the run from Winnipeg, and then they go to those kind of dump passes, right? Just the quick little dumps and all that. Again, how would you game plan against that? Obviously, you want to shut down that run. You kind of got to give up something somewhere almost. How do you game plan that, Schultz?
Yeah, well, there's going to be some deeks and dunks, but how you resolve that on defense is it's the effort stuff. Like, there's room for strategy. That's what these guys do all day, week in, week out. They're looking at the films. But at this point, I'm not looking at Winnipeg as, wow, they're going to come to this game with some crazy strategy. I'm thinking it's more of you got to coach hustle, you coach the effort. You're telling your guys, I need 12 hats to the football. If you're getting 12 guys running to the ball crazy like a bunch of psychopaths as their lives depend on it, good things are going to happen, right? Good things are going to happen. You don't follow your same jersey. You get to the ball, and the ball. In the immortal words of Gary Echeverry, the ball is the issue, and we got to be trained on it.
Yeah, and in that vein, Schultz, I look at this game and a big matchup I see is Dembski, Emelis. And a lot of that, those crossing routes, the kind of, you forget they're there until all of a sudden they're there. Do you see an edge one way or the other kind of on that spot? I feel like they play a very similar role, and how do you take away a guy like Dembski maybe if you're looking at the Riders defense?
Keep your head up, Dembski. That's all I got to say. I mean, again, it's playoff time, guys. It's effort walk. It's if you don't win, you're going home. So keep your head on a swivel. 12 guys are running to the ball. We all have our responsibilities. I mean, it's not an individual sport. It's a team game. But to a man, you've got to get your job done so that all those 12 guys, it all stacks up for success. And really the name of the game to me is, how many times can we give the offense the ball back? I don't care how we get them the ball back. How many times can somebody strap up the chin strap, go out there on special teams or defense and apply themselves so that we get the ball back to the offense?
I just want to know, obviously, it feels like you're picking Riders. Feels like you're thinking the Riders are going to win this. Say they do win. Who do you like in the East? I'm looking at that one as well. Kind of a pick-em, Toronto, Montreal. Who do you think is going to meet in the Grey Cup?
Well, I think we will be meeting Montreal in the Grey Cup. And that will be supreme. It'll be superb because it's going to be the ultimate payback for the 13th man. And I know the boys, there would be nothing. If I was still on that team, through the grace of God, my body was I mean, that would be what you would, that is what you would be preening yourself for, is to get through this game, of course. And then it's licking your chops to have a good old Montreal, lunch meat sandwich coming to town.
Former Saskatchewan Roughrider Scott Schultz joining us in his Lakeview Insurance ride there. Okay, now, so let me take this through. Is it Yorkton first tomorrow and then Saskatoon and then back home?
No.
How are you doing the loop?
After this call, I will be trucking 2 kids into Moose Jaw so my parents can look after them. Then from Moose Jaw tonight, I'm heading up to Saskatoon. And then it's 5 a.m. wake up down to Yorkton.
Oh, you catch the chalet for lunch then in Yorkton. Got a nice little chalet brunch.
Might get some donuts on the way somewhere.
Okay, Schultz, thanks so much. Let's see how this plays out. Hopefully we get to talk next week about the Grey Cup.
Guys, I can't wait. I'm sorry if you didn't get the skillful breakdown. It's all about physicality this week. Go be men, boys. Go be men and take what's yours.
There we go.
Don't forget your mouth guard.
Yeah.
No mouth guard. No mouth guard.
And your jaw.